Jennifer, there was a bomb cyclone in Bellevue, and everyone escaped the bomb cyclone by coming to the Bellevue Collection.
Yes, it was crazy. And they even brought their own rugs.
Oh my God. This is awesome. Okay, so if you want to know more about the bomb cyclone and everyone coming to the Bellevue Collection with their rugs, tune in to Bellevue Bound and we'll share some more. Hello and welcome back to Bellevue Bound. I'm your host, Megan Adams. Bellevue is so lucky to have one of the most successful shopping centers in the nation right in downtown Bellevue. It's the Bellevue Collection. And with us today, we have the Senior VP of Marketing for the Bellevue Collection, Jennifer Leavitt. Jennifer, welcome to Bellevue Bound.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we are so happy that you are here. So let's talk about the Bellevue Collection. Since it opened in 1946, it has changed a lot.
For
As
sure.
you well know, we have over 2 million visitors that come into Bellevue every year. And one of their top points of interest that they come to is the Bellevue Collection. Why is that? What are they looking for when they come to the Bellevue Collection?
Well, what we've really found is that people are looking for a safe, clean, with a little adventure to it, really.
Yeah.
And especially when you're thinking about some of our smaller markets between here and kind of the 6-state area, there's, not a lot of Bellevues in those areas. And so what they're looking for is this opportunity to find stores that they won't have in their own market, find restaurants that they won't find in their own market. But how walkable and safe Bellevue is really what brings them here.
Yeah, very accessible too.
Yes.
Everything's interconnected.
Yeah.
And as well as you don't have to mess up your hair. You're undercover.
It
rains here in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes. And, when you think about a lot of them are drive-in, and so we have free parking. It's easy. Like you said, it's very walkable. And I think that those are the things that people are looking for. But it's also a great launch pad, as we've talked about before. We're really close to the mountains. We're close to the water. We're close to the wineries, that kind of a thing. So that shopping hub, which is still one of people's favorite pastime when they travel, along with then these things that they can do around, really makes, the Bellevue Collection as well as all of downtown Bellevue really the place to go.
Sure. And even when people are coming to visit like Seattle, they will often say, we're going to visit Seattle and we're coming to Bellevue to shop. And
sure.
we are going specifically to the Bellevue Collection because you can get high-end retail, fantastic cafes, restaurants, and entertainment, one-stop shop in one location.
Yes, makes it really easy.
Yes, I love easy. We are somewhat of a new city, and we are incredibly diverse. I mean, we have people coming from across the world not only to visit, but also live. And I think the Bellevue Collection does a fantastic job of reflecting our diverse community.
We're really trying, especially with having been here this long, I've seen so many changes, and what we're really trying to do is represent what we're seeing in the community.
Sure.
And our guests and the folks that live here. And so, we've had a longstanding Lunar New Year event. During a time when we had Japanese partners in our hotel, we did a really great Japan week. Now we have also added Diwali, and that's happening. We continue to grow those kinds of cultural opportunities for people to come in and learn. We just finished Diwali, and it was just such a beautiful weekend of colors and texture and art and culture and music, and it was just really wonderful to see the community come out for that.
Yeah, and make sure you check out those pictures. We have some pictures from the Diwali celebration, and one of the things I love doing is when I walk around the Bellevue Collection, they've got those little, it looks like living rooms where people gather and get together, and so that reminds me a little bit of placemaking and gathering with friends and family. Jennifer, you remember recently we had this crazy storm, y'all. It was called a bomb cyclone. It literally was called a bomb cyclone. And the entire community came to the Bellevue Collection to have electricity, warmth, and connect with friends and family.
And some people brought their own rugs.
Oh, you're kidding.
And their animals.
Talk about placemaking.
Oddly enough, Bellevue Square had power. I was without power for 7 days,
Yes,
and
me
I live in
too.
Kirkland. But Bellevue Square, and just because we're on we were on the correct grid at the time, right? And so it was so interesting to see that people brought, because of power in the middle of the floors, which is generally to actually vacuum and clean, right? That's what
Yeah.
why those were put in the middle of the floor. But people would get together, and in some cases, they brought a rug, and they,
I
the
love it.
dogs there and everything, and 6 computers, and people were just, it was such an interesting thing. But we also look at that as such a compliment to us that they would feel that we could provide that to them. And
Yeah.
we've often actually done that in many storms where we've had times when I can't remember if it was a snowstorm or if it was a rain, kind of a bad rain situation, but we had people that could not get anywhere and had to sleep. The tugboat used to be on the first level.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And so they slept along the seating of the tugboat on the first level. We've had really interesting, situations where people can get to us, but they can't get to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna use that play. If I want to go shopping, I'm sorry, I can't get to work. I'm shopping at the Bellevue Collection. One of the things when you travel, you're always curious to know where the locals hang out. And, this is a great example of the locals hang out at the Bellevue Collection, not only to shop and dine and have entertainment, but just to gather and connect with other folks. Your calendar is so impressive. Y'all, remember to like and subscribe and check out this calendar. I mean, every month you'll see listings for different events. So walk us through, what are some of the great events that you host at the Bellevue Collection? You talked about Diwali. You talked about Lunar New Year. Tell us more.
Well, we certainly like to celebrate fashion. That's a big piece of what we have for stores. So we have different fashion events, whether it's Fashion Week or it is our Spring Fashion Kickoff. So we're trying to put together opportunities for people to celebrate their inner diva, if they
inner diva.
Inner diva. We've really been enjoying doing fitness events on Sundays. Now, I wouldn't have normally thought that I'd want to come into the shopping center and do Downward Dog in the Mill Center Court. But I can tell you, it is so fun to see people show up for that. And it's a chance for us to meet them. They get a chance to take a free class. And it's, when you think about how things have changed when it went from more of a suburban center where people are driving in.
Sure.
This is very much a walk-in audience of people that live in the apartments or the condos nearby.
Yeah.
And it's become a really fun thing to do on some of our Sundays where we're doing fitness events.
All right, so Fashion Week. Tell us all about, how did that come to be? What is the experience? And can the general public come?
So Fashion Week really started, we just celebrated our 20th anniversary.
Congratulations.
If you can believe it. Picture where Earl's restaurant is right now along Bellevue Way.
Okay.
That actually, when we first opened up Lincoln Square North, that was a vacant space. It was all concrete, not even a power plug to be seen. It was, drywall, nothing.
Yeah.
And we created that space into this kind of cool industrial fashion show space to really kick off the opening of Lincoln Square North as part of the Bellevue Collection. And ever since then, we've created kind of a new experience. Now, when the Hyatt added on another tower, we moved it to the Hyatt, and it's been there since. And it's, again, kind of a really great way to celebrate fashion in this area. We have the most fashion in the region in one place. And so that's part of what we're doing, is kind of being the voice of authority in terms of not what to wear, it's to be inspired. The other thing is, whenever we do events like that, we sell tickets, and 100% of the ticket goes to beneficiaries. So that's been our fundraiser.
Well, and talk about a legacy. I mean, if we look at Snowflake Lane, Jennifer, I know that you played a starring role in creating the idea behind it and working to build it and amplify it, as you spoke of. How did that idea come to be, and how has it grown?
And really, that one started with Kemper.
I love it.
It really started with Kemper. He had been in New York, and he had seen a show on the outer wall of Saks Fifth Avenue. And at the time, it was, I think it was LED lights or something like that. It was Philips was just getting into that arena, and it had music and lights, and he came back inspired and wanted to do something that could be done every night so that people wouldn't miss it if they were coming in on the weekend, and that it would draw people from that multi-state region to come to downtown Bellevue and stay here, because he felt like that was the legacy that New York had and Miracle Mile. And how could we do that here in Bellevue? And at the time I was on the it was called East King County Convention and Visitor Bureau.
Long title.
Long name.
Wow.
Long title. And so that was one of the goals of that group too, was to figure out how to bring people to Bellevue, which
Sure.
didn't have the kind of offering that it does now. So Snowflake Lane fit right into that. And he worked with Greg Thompson Productions, who
Of
we still work
course.
with. So Greg, helped really kind of put the idea behind what could this be. And Kemper
Love
wanted
it.
something that felt very traditional, hence the drummers and that type of thing. And then when we really started looking at it, and I'm like, it needs to snow. Can we make it snow? Which was really the beginning of kind of Snowflake Lane, because it's all the way down. At the time, it was just on Bellevue Way between 8th and kind of where the art museum is
Oh,
now.
sure.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
shorter, much shorter.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out how to make it snow every night. I can't tell you how many times I've been on that roof and we're like spitting snow out, trying to see if it would hit the ground or not. But I
Oh,
got
I
to
love
tell
it.
you, CITC, which is the snow company.
Okay.
They're up in Linwood.
Okay.
But they were at the time doing things with Narnia in the movie. They did that first snow in Narnia.
Wow.
And so we were so lucky to have that level of expertise so close, and a small company at the time. And it was really awesome to be able to create that
Yes.
kind of experience really early on in the production side of the world.
Yeah, and of course we have some visuals here. I mean, look at these pictures of Snowflake Lane and the costumes, truly transforming the downtown corridor all along Bellevue Way, not only with music, snow, performers, and then I really feel like it uplifts the entire community. There is a flip of a switch when Snowflake Lane happens, where we suddenly realize the holidays have arrived and we all participated in it. I mean, it's so uplifting. Of course, one of my favorite parts about Snowflake Lane are the dancers.
Yes.
I mean, they are so impressive, y'all. They've got these adorable costumes, and they do all these dances. Somehow they dance in high heels in the snow when it's raining or snowing, whatever it's doing. I mean, it's really impressive. And what you may not know is both Jennifer and I are dancers. It's true.
Yes.
And so we had the opportunity to learn some of the choreography from Snowflake Lane. So let's take a look. Hey friends, it is the moment we've been waiting for. Jennifer Leavitt, the Senior VP of Marketing for the Bellevue Collection, and I are going to learn some of the choreography from Snowflake Lane, the holiday celebration at the Bellevue Collection. Come on. I love it. Look at it. Jennifer,
Hi,
you look
nice to see
perfect.
you.
Hi, dance friend.
Hi.
Hi, Sydney. I'm Megan.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, so we are here with Sydney Durgan with Snowflake Lane and Greg Thompson Productions. And look at all these costumes. How fantastic. Is this where you rehearse?
Yes.
You do. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so we are going to learn which dance from Snowflake Lane.
We're gonna learn Jingle Bells today, which is, I would say, one of our signature songs and stuff, but it's at the very end of the parade. So it's like the big, POW song that we have just to finish off the parade.
I love it. I love it. And how many dances do you need to know when you're doing Snowflake Lane as a dancer? How many do you know?
Yeah. In the show, we have 6 different dances. So from beginning to end that we do, I probably know more closer to 10 just from all my years and stuff. So it's a lot of good memory.
I am unsurprised. Okay, but Jennifer and I don't have to learn 10. We're just learning a few 8 counts. Is that right? All right, y'all. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go.
Okay, so we're gonna start the first part. We're down to the ground. We're gonna take our hands, starting on the right. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the next part, we're gonna flick this hand and this foot, and then you're gonna switch it in between, and we're gonna slowly turn it in the circle over our right shoulder. So you're gonna go flick, flick, flick all the way around, and flick, and back to the center. We're gonna clap our hands together, and then jingle bell hands, dove hands, and then this part, it's a little tricky. So it's gonna go clap, pat, clap, out. So clap, pat, clap, out. Yep. And then we're gonna face this way.
Hey.
We're gonna do it again. Clap, pat, clap, out. Face it back. Clap, pat, clap, And in. Pat. Pat.
Thank goodness for repetition, right? Yes.
Pat.
Clap.
Clap out. It's a clap
It's
out.
like
Okay.
pancake, but opposite.
I got it.
Okay.
All right.
Clap. Pat. Pat. Out.
Oh, we don't
Then
turn.
the front.
Oh.
Then you're gonna cross your arms or hands to shoulders. Yep. And then flip. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then hit around. Yep. And back.
Oh, patty cake. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Down and out. Yep. Turn. Yep. And then shoulders uncross and flip.
Yes. Yeah. When in doubt, shake it out.
Alrighty, from the beginning. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right.
Yes, that was so
Awesome.
much fun. My face hurts. That is such a blast. But I got to tell you, it feels like I'm missing bells. Jennifer, do you feel like we need bells?
Something.
Do you have bells we can borrow?
Some bells.
Yes.
at that.
And music?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. Here we
Bells,
go.
music. We are ready for Snowflake Lane. Natalie, hit it, friend. Oh my gosh! Woo! So much fun! Perfect! Thank you so much! So don't miss out on Snowflake Lane happening at the Bellevue Collection. Give us the dates, Jennifer.
Day after Thanksgiving, November 28th through Christmas Eve, 7 o'clock every night. Make sure you come early. It is a busy show.
Yes, and we would recommend definitely have dinner beforehand. Get a perfect spot on Bellevue Way. Catch the show, and don't miss out on watching Sydney and the incredible dancers of Snowflake Lane. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time on Bellevue Bound. Woo! Well, that was so much fun. I will take a dance class with you anytime.
You know I'd take your dance class anytime, too.
Oh my gosh, what a hoot. Are you ready for the
Uh-oh.
speed round?
Okay. Oh, gosh. I
You've
hope I-
got this. We'll stretch out a little.
Yeah.
Little 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. All right. So if you are traveling to Bellevue Collection with your kids, what should you do? What are some recommendations for families?
Well, goodness, if you have kids young enough, there is nothing quite like the kids' play area upstairs. On
Love
the
it.
3rd level, you know, it is such a fun little area for the youngins. And I think that's where it's harder to find a place for kids that young to play, especially if we're in the middle of our not so sunny season.
Uh-huh.
So going to Kids Cove is a no-brainer, and mom and dad can have a cup of coffee while they're sitting there.
I
so
love
that's
it.
That's
What
an easy
about
one.
teenagers? What would you recommend for teenagers?
Well, just to be honest, just kind of doing a little bit of hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
Scoping out.
Placemaking.
And then for sure there's some amazing bubble tea opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
And so the food scene, the kind of quick casual food scene is great. And of course the apparel stores. We have some really great opportunities to be looking like you want to look in your best.
Yes.
With some of
When
our
I was a
stores.
teen, it was Esprit zipper pants.
I bought
Gorgeous.
my first pair of when I first got a job, 15, my first pair of Star jeans.
Gorgeous.
Look that up.
Please.
Star jeans.
Yes, that sounds gorgeous.
You couldn't have a wider bell bottom on those things than
I love it. All right.
what I had.
I'm
so.
going to look those up for
and
sure.
I was from Bellevue Square, so yeah.
Yes, very good. Okay, next one. A lot of people are coming to Bellevue to travel for business and conventions, and they're given these little short lunch breaks. Can they find lunch at the Bellevue Collection, and what would you recommend?
Oh, going to the food hall would be the
Oh,
great
what's
place.
that?
Yeah, so that's in Lincoln Square on the 2nd level. That's where you can, especially if you're there with other people that you may not necessarily know, but you're traveling all together, but you've all got different tastes.
Yes.
Go to Lincoln Square Food Hall, and then you have a chance to choose from like multiple places, but you can all still sit in the middle and eat together and
Oh, I
have
love
that
that.
social moment.
Yeah.
But you can all choose different food. So that's
Perfect.
a great way
Something
to go.
for everyone, and you can get in and out.
And
I
it's
love
not
it.
a food court feeling. It's got a pretty cool vibe over
Yeah,
there.
well, it's a Bellevue Collection. Collection. Yeah, it's classy. All right, last but not least, we have a really young city. People like to stay out and enjoy entertainment, the nightlife. What is there to do at the Bellevue Collection for our night owls?
Sure, we have so many options. That's one of the things that when we really added Lincoln Square North and South, one of the key features was being able to add all kinds of entertainment. So we have 2 cinemas, and you can choose from being able to have your food and your 21 and over beverage.
Yes, please.
At the Cinemark Reserve. And then you also have, of course, the more traditional, but you can still reserve your seat at the bigger theaters and the IMAX, that type of thing. So
Love it.
that gets a group. We've got Mira, which has got this crazy VR opportunity that is so much fun.
We interviewed them on Bellevue Bound.
Yes,
they were awesome.
That's such a fun and unique way, and they've really honed that in of how you can use VR in a different way than what we've seen in other locations. So it's really one of a kind. And then, of course, we've got Forum Social House, and we've got the golfing there. So lots of opportunities, and I think we have another one coming up in the future too that's going to be really fun.
You heard it here first, Yokes. Shh, don't tell. It's so exciting. And you know, if you stay late, of course, you've got the hotels.
Oh,
so
yes.
if you have one too many, no problem. There are 3 fantastic hotels that you could spend the night and then wake up and have a fantastic brunch.
Absolutely. And of course, we've got great opportunities for restaurants that have their bar scenes. And that really goes from a tavern kind of feel to the Send and the beautiful views that you're going to see on that top floor there. All forms of casual to dressy in terms of what you want your experience to be.
Love it.
So we really feel like we have created this opportunity for a lot of different personalities. We talk about find yourself at the Bellevue Collection and kind of be the you that you want to be at that time. And I really feel like there's that opportunity to be many different versions of yourself here, depending on what you're feeling that day.
I love it. Something for everyone under one roof. Well, many roofs, but interconnected.
Yes.
Yeah. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining me.
Yes.
And thank you for joining us on Bellevue Bound. If you want more information on the Bellevue Collection, retail, restaurants, entertainment, and events, check out the link below. While you're there, of course, like and subscribe. And we will see you next time on Bellevue Bound.
This video was recorded and produced by Just Talk Studios, the premier video podcasting studio in Bellevue, Washington. Visit justtalkstudios.com to learn more and book your session today.